Hey everyone, this is Kid of hardlensmedia. We are wrapping up this event over here at the Chicago Teachers Union in regards to property assessment as well as the effect that it's been done on people of low-income communities. And if you saw on our Facebook live stream, this was hosted by Our Revolution, and we are joined here with one of the chair members of Our Revolution. Can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Clem Balanoff, and I'm one of the chairs of Our Revolution, Illinois. And we had, Our Revolution is the organization that came out of the Bernie Sanders for President campaign. It's a national organization where we have the Illinois chapter.
Now, essentially, in regards to Our Revolution, especially this chapter here in Illinois, Illinois has a long and very sad history of corruption, money in politics, and political officials, both Democrats and Republicans, basically lining their pockets with special interests, all the while ignoring their constituents. So what has been your outreach statewide across the state of Illinois?
Well, this is really an issue in Cook County, actually. It's, when I say that, we're working on this issue in Cook County. And certainly one of the problems that we have with the assessment system is the fact that over half of the contributions, half of the $5 million in political contributions to funds that the current county assessor controls have come from tax attorneys and people that appeal their, tax firms that appeal taxes.
All right. And
that certainly is whether it's influenced decisions or not. It certainly is the appearance is really pretty bad, and that's why we're very excited tonight. One of the things that was not talked about, Chuy afterwards came up and he says right before he's leaving because he was not feeling well tonight. Said, "Hey, he said, can you do me a favor?" I said, "What's that?" He said, "Can you talk about my ordinance?" He said, which would prohibit contributions from tax lawyers to the assessor.
And
we had somebody do that.
And in regards to the communities, what has the community outreach been to you towards you guys in regards to how they're feeling and basically what they're dealing with? Because we saw a lot of people speak on the stage and how they're worried that they're going to lose their homes that they've been in for generations.
Right. Well, one of the things that we've been successful in doing is it's not only Our Revolution. We have a number of organizations that are our community partners in this fight. And I think we're about 15 community organizations right now that have been around, some of them for 30 and 40 years. And what it is they've come together because of the regressive nature of the Cook County property tax structure. And what I mean by that is there have been a number of studies that have been done, and all of them say that in minority communities, in poorer communities, people are paying a higher percentage of the property tax property taxes than they should, and the wealthier neighbors are getting a break. And it certainly is, and that's called regressivity. The Chicago Tribune both the Tribune and the Sun-Times have said that is it's institutional racism. And what that means is that because of the model that they're using, it disproportionately affects minority communities. And this is something that in 2015, I believe it was, the assessor said, hey, as a result of one of these studies and a new model that came up, they said, we've got this whole new thing. Yes, we're going to implement it. It's going to change how things are done. And then, without telling anybody, he didn't do anything. And, and not only that, well, go on.
Well, so then, in regards to the Cook County commissioners, of course, Chuy García is on your side, but have there been any other Cook County commissioners that have stepped up to reach out to Our Revolution in regards to helping out the people who are definitely scared of losing their homes?
Well, we've talked to the other commissioners, and I think it's what we want from them is we don't want another study. Right now, that's what they're talking about. We're going to do another study of the situation. We've had 3 studies already. Everybody knows there's no more need for any more studies. And there actually may have been more than studies. I think Bob tonight, Y Sports, said there were 5 or 6, whatever it is. But at any rate, they've studied this issue to death. We know that a much better model exists. And when their defense, when they say, well, that because so many people in Cook County appeal their taxes, I think he used the number of 170 or 180,000 at one point in time. That proves the system is working. No, that proves the system is broken. Because people shouldn't have to appeal their property taxes for it to be corrected. It should be right when they do it. That is his job and his responsibility. They refuse to tell us even how the assessment process works. He talks about a hand check process. And residents in many communities, when they find out how egregious this is, it's Robin Hood in reverse, taking from the poor and giving to the rich.
And final question, it'll be a two-part question. One, what does the end game look for the best case scenario? And 2, where can our viewers and subscribers find you guys on social media?
Sure. The end game would be that the system gets corrected, And it'll probably be through a class action lawsuit, because we know that there's going to be a class action lawsuit filed very soon. That is certainly one thing that we think is absolutely critical. And the hope would be that they can, the shift in tax burden by many people's calculations is over $200 million a year from the poorer communities to wealthier communities, homeowners. And that's just wrong. I mean, that kind of infusion of cash on the south side and the west side of Chicago could just do wonders for communities and for the neighborhoods. And so we're not going to be satisfied until the system is corrected. And it'll. My guess is it's probably going to be done through a class action lawsuit, because they refuse to even admit that they've done anything wrong. And so, one thing is we're digging in for the long haul. We're not just, we're not going away. It's, you can put us in public hearings, you can put us in courtrooms, and we're going to be there, and because we're going to win.
And again, where can we find you guys on social media, so our viewers and subscribers might want to help you guys out?
We have Our Revolution Illinois is our Facebook page, and our website, although not up yet, it'll be in the next week to 10 days, I believe. It's ourrevolutionil.com.
Yeah,
is that right? Ourrevolutionil.com. Yes.
All right. Well, that's a perfect note to end on. Thank you so much for joining Hard Lens Media. And something else you want to add?
One thing, and you can see tonight's presentation on our Facebook page, because you guys were there to help us out to get it there, and we want to thank you guys very much for that.
Well, that's the whole purpose of independent media, to basically cover stories that the corporate media won't cover. And to all our viewers and subscribers, let's all do what we can to build a better future. Peace.
You're watching Hard Lens Media.